Gonna do a little short video here. I'm working on a truck, Sterling, intermittent no crank, no start. So I've gone through this entire truck and found multiple different issues, but here's something that everybody, every truck driver, every mechanic needs to always keep in mind and think about. These battery cables, these are set up for your group 31 batteries so that you can, bank your batteries up together. This particular truck is a 3 battery system, so I got 3 battery connectors. Now, I do have to replace the whole battery cables on these trucks. I'll show you guys that in a minute. That was the original diagnosis for the random no crank, because the batteries would be fully charged, sitting at 12.8, and the truck would click as if it was a dead battery. Throw a jumper on it, immediately start right up. You don't need to let it charge. That tells me right there there's some type of voltage loss happening. So as I'm tearing things apart, finding things, these battery group connectors, these things, nobody really seems to think about them, but these do actually have, basically, these are a service item. So it's hard to see, but if you're looking, it's actually not sealed anywhere on it. It's just vulcanized rubber. Well, vulcanizing really isn't a seal. And the reason you can always tell that, so this one's been on the truck a while. There's been some heat loss around that one because the rubber is peeling back, which means it's getting moisture inside of it. Look at all that corrosion. That one's had hot spots. You can see where it's been arcing right there. That one's decently clean. You can still see the copper. Here's the positive side. Because those aren't sealed, before you go to install them, take your favorite flavor of battery protector. I just happen to have CRC on the truck today. Anywhere that you have a connection that needs to be made, pre-lube it. It will make these things last a considerable amount longer. And the stainless steel nuts that come in these things, of course you can buy the replacements, but what I do, if I could do this with one hand, hang on a second. These nuts are stainless steel, they don't really corrode. Clamp them in the vise, pop them right out. Yeah, there's a lot of corrosion down in there. A lot of moisture, a lot of dirt and grime. That's all gonna add up over time. And having 3 group 31 batteries banked up together, you're not gonna get full power when you've got connections like that. That would be, maybe once in a while, only one battery is starting to, try to start a C15 Caterpillar. She needs more. Got to keep them things clean. If they need to be replaced, they're not that expensive. Grab a new set, lube them up, make sure that your stainless nuts are clean, throw them on. And the original problem on this truck, so I've already got the negative replaced, working on replacing the positive. That's the one I was filming over there on the tailgate. You can even see up on top of the battery, there's corrosion. Whoever put these cables on, they didn't put any protector on there, so I'm going to get those scrubbed off clean before I replace the positive. And then this one here, the main going back to the truck. Now, I can see spots of copper, but there's definitely some corrosion in there. Look at the other side. Ugh, she's been getting hot. And the whole reason I diagnosed this truck, you can see the green death. This truck, intermittently, as it's, sitting here on the battery, no crank, no start, I could come over here and just push, all of a sudden everything turned on, full cranking power. This separation, yes, it's vulcanized, but it's not sealed. Over time, as this peels back, condensation gets in there, all this crispy, crusty, green, nasty crap forms. Next thing you know, you got a no crank, no start truck sitting on the side of the road or on a job site. Look at that. Look at that. All the crap falling out of there. Junk. This is service stuff. This occasionally needs to be replaced. I don't know why this isn't more common that people talk about. Like, everybody thinks you buy a battery cable once and it's good for life. That's really not a thing, especially with today's parts. These things are cheap. If you got a slow crank, if you're not getting full power, dude, throw a set of these things on there. It's cheap insurance. There we go. We got all of our batteries put back together. Brand new main cable going down. New ground cable. New battery switch. And this truck only got this engine maybe a year and a half ago, and it spins over faster than it ever has that I've ever heard. Hey. There you go. Battery cables. It's a simple thing a lot of mechanics don't think about. But these big engines and even small automotive engines, they need juice, man. They need proper power. And original shop diagnosed it, said it needed a starter. Do your own diagnostics. Wow, English is hard.